The Empress wants another child. You're good at bearing children, so have another one.
Let me see. Just one look at the child. This is the second one.
This child, from now on, is the Empress's legitimate son. Consort Wen, don't overthink it.
Your Majesty, I beg you, let me hold him. Just once. Everyone in the palace says, if the Empress hadn't followed Your Majesty into battle and hurt herself, unable to bear children anymore, there would be no other women in this palace at all. I, the legitimate daughter of the Grand Tutor, am just a vessel to continue the royal bloodline.
Lady Shufei, the Empress orders you to attend the morning and evening greetings.
You haven't finished your month of confinement. Your body hasn't recovered yet. It's fine. Your subject pays respects to Her Majesty the Empress.
Shufei has arrived. You look so glum. Are you dissatisfied with me?
Your subject wouldn't dare.
Good then. Now that you're in the palace, you must know your place. His Majesty married Consort Wen for the prestige of Grand Tutor Wen among civil officials. He needs the Wen family to stabilize the court. As for you, you're just a tool for childbirth, bearing princes and princesses for me. That is your only value. When Consort Wen came in just now, she frowned slightly. That's disrespect to me. Kneel in the courtyard and clear your head.
Oh. My knees went from stinging to numb, to completely losing feeling. Everything is going dark.
His Majesty arrives.
Why is she kneeling in the snow?
Your Majesty, I was just teaching her some rules, and she puts on this sickly act. As you know, Your Majesty, I come from a military family, straightforward, with no tricky or malicious intentions.
Your Majesty, Shufei has fainted.
Enough, carry her back. Awake? The Imperial physician says it's postpartum weakness and catching a chill. The Empress didn't mean to, don't take it to heart.
I understand. Her Majesty is your lawful wife, and I naturally respect her, daring not to hold a grudge.
In my memory, when Lingyu would tearfully beg me to see the child. After I refused, she'd bite her lip and stay silent, the light in her eyes fading little by little. But now, there's nothing left in Wen Lingyu's eyes, like a stagnant pool. The child will be raised under the Empress's name as the legitimate son, from now on.
It's a blessing for the prince. I am humble. To have the Empress raise the prince is the grace of Your Majesty and Her Majesty.
This man was once the hero of my boudoir, charging across battlefields in my dreams. I wrote poems and painted his portrait. Now, he's right before me, wearing the dragon robe, speaking the most hurtful words.
Your Majesty, the Empress personally made ginseng soup. She said, it's snowy and cold, inviting you to warm up. The little prince is also waiting for you.
Consort Chu, the Empress cannot bear children. I've always felt I owe her. You're sensible. Be more considerate. If you become pregnant again, the child will be raised by you.
It's been 3 years since your coronation, hasn't it?
Yes, my lady. The northern border is stable. The southern floods have been managed. In court, the Grand Tutor leads the civil officials, though they occasionally clash with the military faction, but overall it's stable.
That's good. Finally, I can die. 3 years ago, the night my eldest son was taken away, I thought about dying. I am the only daughter of Grand Tutor Wen. Had the new emperor not ascended, throwing the court into turmoil, I would have married a talented scholar, living a life of refined ease. I once admired that man who returned from the northern frontier, a hero. I entered the palace with secret hopes, until I was 4 months pregnant.
Ashu, rest assured. You are the only one in my heart. The Wen woman is just for continuing the imperial bloodline. Once the child is born, it will be brought to you to be raised at your side.
Every word like a knife. But I cannot die. Suicide is a great crime. It would implicate my father. Now, the realm is at peace. This pawn can finally be set free.
Mother! Consort Shu has arrived. I thought you were unwell and wouldn't come.
The princess's full moon is a joyous occasion. Of course I had to come.
You heir, come. Pay respects to Consort Shu.
Greetings, Consort Shu.
The young prince has such good manners.
Have a seat, Consort Shu.
Speaking of which, you are, after all, the princess's birth mother. You haven't held her yet, have you? Today is her full moon. It's time for you to hold her. Don't cry. Mommy's here.
In the end, the one raised by your side is the dearest. Raising kindness outweighs birth.
Consort Shu is still young, after all. She doesn't know how to hold a baby.
Don't take offense, Consort Shu. The princess is shy with strangers.
It's my clumsy hands that startled the princess. Your Majesty the Empress has worked hard raising her. I am deeply grateful. Your Majesty, I'm not feeling well. I shall take my leave.
You may go. Rest well.
Like a real family. But that's their family bliss, not mine. Your Majesty.
Rise. The Empress has named the princess. She is called Anning. I thought, since you are her birth mother, I should ask your opinion.
Her Majesty the Empress is the princess's mother. Her Majesty's choice of name is naturally good.
It's good that you think so. The Crown Prince has turned 3. It's time for his education to begin. The Empress will personally choose his tutor.
I await your decision.
I think, from now on, it would be best for you to see the Crown Prince less often. The child is still young. If he were to learn that his birth mother is someone else, it could cause trouble. Let him recognize the Empress as his only mother. It's better for everyone.
As you command, Your Majesty.
Do you harbor resentment?
I wouldn't dare.
Wouldn't dare? When Ling Yu, with a look like that, are you holding a grudge? If you hold a grudge, how can you peacefully bear heirs for the royal family?
If Your Majesty worries about heirs, you may expand the harem. Select worthy women. I am inadequate. I fear I cannot meet your expectations.
You? The Empress and I have a solemn vow. Taking you as a consort was already a violation of our promise. A vow to be only each other's for life. How can I betray her again?
I spoke out of turn. Your Majesty and the Empress are deeply devoted to each other. It is a legendary romance through the ages. Your servant bids you farewell, Your Majesty.
Milady, why torment yourself like this?
Bailan, just this once.
What?
I will cry only this once. After this, no more tears. Not worth it. For him, not worth it at all.
Consort Shu, your ladyship. Rise.
Ma'am, my lady is still unwell. What's the meaning of this?
Last night, when His Majesty left Lady Shu's quarters, he looked displeased. It must be that the lady's service was lacking, which angered His Majesty. Her Majesty the Empress, out of concern, specially ordered me to invite you over to teach you some manners.
Consort Shu, do you know your crime?
I am dull-witted. Please enlighten me, Your Majesty.
Dull-witted? I think you have too many schemes. Yesterday, His Majesty condescended to visit you, but you were ungrateful. Instead, you angered him so much he left. This is the upbringing of the Wen family? This is the cultivation of the capital's top talented woman? It seems you are unconvinced. Very well. Since you haven't learned the rules well, I shall teach you myself today. You will kneel on this palace path, and recite admonitions for women and inner instructions 100 times. When you finish reciting, then you may rise. Let all the palaces see disrespecting His Majesty, disobeying the Empress, what the consequences are.
Chapter 1, Humility. In ancient times, when a girl was born, on the 3rd day, they placed her under the bed, gave her a tile to play with, and performed a purification ritual. Chapter 1 on Virtue. All those who become empresses or consorts must prioritize virtue.
Stop. You recite it fluently, I'll grant. It shows you only read mechanically on ordinary days. Your father, Grand Tutor Wen, is hailed as the literary master of the world. Is this how he teaches his daughter? To produce someone like you, who doesn't know the bigger picture, and doesn't care for the sovereign? He is also guilty of negligence.
Your Majesty the Empress instructs me, I humbly accept. But my father has been loyal to the sovereign and the state all his life, working day and night for the public, to stabilize the court, and console the scholars of the realm, with utmost effort and sacrifice, and never been derelict even for a moment. Your words, Majesty, I dare not acknowledge. Also, I fear it would wound the heart of a loyal minister, and damage His Majesty's wisdom.
You dare to talk back? Good. What a loyal minister's daughter. Sharp-tongued, aren't you? Guards.
What's the commotion here?
Your Majesty. Look at Consort Shu. I was merely disciplining her, and she invoked Grand Tutor Wen to intimidate me. Every word was a provocation. No remorse whatsoever. In a fit of anger, I...
Consort Shu, do you know your wrongs? The Empress oversees the 6 palaces. Disciplining consorts is her duty. You talked back, offended a superior, and angered the Empress. What punishment do you deserve?
I admit my fault. I accept whatever punishment your Majesty and the Empress see fit.
Consort Shu's conduct was improper, offending the Central Palace. Effective immediately, you are to relocate to Changxin Palace. Confined to your quarters for reflection. You are not to leave without my decree.
Thank you for your grace, your Majesty.
Prepare the carriage.
My lady, let's return to the palace. Pack up, we're moving palaces.
My lady.
Bailan. Do you think I've been too tolerant all these years? Father taught me to be soft yet firm, to consider the bigger picture. I've endured for 3 years. Bore it until my child was taken away, until I was forced to kneel in the snow, until I was slapped today. Yet what have I gained?
My lady, you did it for your father, for the greater good.
For my father. For the greater good. So I must always be a fish on the chopping board, at everyone's mercy. Unable even to protect my own child. My father's honor is trampled upon as they please. Tolerance only leads to more humiliation and endless deprivation. Go fetch my rosewood chest. I drew this the night before entering the palace. Be careful not to smudge or tear it. Keep it safe, we'll need it when the time comes.
My lady, do you intend?
Intend what? When will His Majesty go to the Western Mountains for the review?
3 days from now.
Good. I need you to do something for me.
I'll be at the Western Hills for a few days. You. Take good care of yourself.
Farewell, Your Majesty.
This is bruise ointment. Apply it.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Your Highness. Sweep it away.
Have you heard? Before Lady Shufei entered the palace, she had a childhood sweetheart. He was a graceful gentleman. Really? No wonder she cries over that painting all day. The man in the painting isn't His Majesty. The rumor has spread everywhere. They say they were about to pledge their love when the imperial decree arrived. Alas, defiling the harem. Wen Lingyu. How dare you? His Majesty has been gone only 1 day, yet this filthy rumor is everywhere. You couldn't bear the loneliness. Or is your Wen family just morally corrupt?
That rumor is baseless. Your Highness, please see the truth.
There's no smoke without fire. Your aloof airs in the past, were they all for His Majesty's eyes? Yet your heart harbors another man. When His Majesty returns, I will certainly report this. I'll have your Wen family thoroughly investigated.
His Majesty won't touch me.
What did you say?
His Majesty feels no indifference toward me.
What are you pretending? His Majesty and I married young. He long promised me a life of just us two. Taking you as a consort was only for offspring, for your Wen family. To him, you're just a vessel. How could he feel love for you?
Your Highness and His Majesty share deep affection. I dare not compare. But I've been reading history lately, and I saw how Emperor Li of the previous dynasty and his first Empress, Shu, were also a couple through hardships. But after Li ascended the throne, he eventually tried to kill his wife and son. The Emperor and Empress grew apart. It's not a baseless story. Sometimes, deep love cannot withstand the pull of blood ties. Moreover, now in the palace, all the princes and princesses are from me. Even if His Majesty cares for his flesh and blood, and occasionally checks on Changxin Palace, it's only human nature.
You wretch, how dare you curse me? Mocking me for being childless. Guards. For defiling the harem, and cursing the Empress, 30 strokes of the rod, beat her hard.
Your Highness, why did you provoke the Empress? If I don't provoke her, how could she be so eager to make me disappear? This palace taught me one thing, repay evil with good. Then what do you repay kindness with? Only an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
This quality suits Consort Shu perfectly.
Your Majesty, urgent report from the palace. The Changxin Palace is on fire. Consort Shu is dead. Expert.
Impossible. Wen Lingyu, without my permission, how dare you die? Where is everyone?
Your Majesty. The fire was too fierce. By the time we found it, the side hall had already...
I asked you, where is Consort Shu? You all escaped. So why didn't Consort Shu get out?
Your Majesty, spare me. Last night, the Empress sealed the palace, forbidding anyone from entering or leaving. The guards had written orders. We wanted to save her, but couldn't get in.
Seal the palace? Why did the Empress seal the palace?
Your Majesty, have mercy.
Speak.
The Empress. The day before yesterday, she subjected Consort Shu to the court whip. She said Consort Shu was defiling the palace and needed to be strictly watched.
Court-ordered flogging? Palace lockdown? Wen Lingyu is so delicate. How could she endure a flogging? When I was away, what did she go through?
Your Majesty, why did you rush back overnight? I was just about to send word about the Changxin Palace fire.
You sealed the palace.
Consort Shu behaved improperly, defiling the court. I punished her according to palace rules and sealed the palace temporarily to investigate.
Defiling the court? Where is the evidence?
Palace maids saw it with their own eyes. Consort Shu hid a portrait of a man, staring at it day and night, clearly longing for a past lover.
Where is the portrait?
Well, it burned in the fire, naturally.
What a coincidence.
Your Majesty, such filthy, evil things would only stain your eyes.
A spring outing. Apricot blossoms blowing all over her hair. On the path, his young gentleman is so charming. I wish to marry him and spend my whole life with him. Even if heartlessly abandoned, I will not regret.
This handwriting was written by Wen Lingyu herself. This painting style, unless she poured all her heart, practicing day and night, with deep affection, how could it be so vivid? You said she hid a portrait of some other man? You said she defiled the palace? This is me, the person in the painting. It's clearly me. She painted this before entering the palace. Hidden at the bottom of her dowry chest. A portrait of me she never showed anyone for 3 years, but I never discovered it. The Empress and I had an agreement. Even if cast aside cruelly, I will not be ashamed. When she wrote that poem, what was she feeling? Did she already foresee being heartlessly abandoned, yet still cling to a faint hope?
Your Majesty, I don't know who is in this painting.
You really don't know? Empress, look at this painting. Look at the calligraphy. This is me. Tell me, what crime is it for her to keep a portrait of me, gazing at it day and night? What is the offense?
I only heard rumors from the palace attendants. I feared such a matter would disgrace the royal family.
Rumors? Based on mere rumors, you ordered her to be caned? Confined her to her palace? You left her alone in the side hall, injured, unable to escape when the fire broke out. Do you believe I will have you buried alive with Consort Shu?
Your Majesty, please spare me.
Empress. That was 2 lives. She had given birth to Anning less than 2 months ago. Do you hate her so much? Hate her to death?
I did not set the fire. It was an accident. It was an accidental fire.
Accident? You ordered her confinement. You ordered the caning. Without your confinement, she would have escaped. Su Rongshu. Let me tell you. If anything happens to her, you will be held responsible.
Your Majesty, are you going to blame me for a dead person? I have been your Majesty's wife since we were young. We've been through thick and thin. And now, Your Majesty, for the sake of a woman from your past, you treat me like this.
A woman from my past? This is the one I swore to protect for life. It chills me to the bone. Go back to your Fengi palace. Without my order, you are not to set foot outside the gates.
Your Majesty.
Get out. Even if abandoned heartlessly, there is no shame. Come in. I've seen you already. Back then, I only thought she was gentle. Now that I think about it, her eyes clearly hid a timid admiration. From when did that look disappear? Was it from the time I took her first child? Or from the times you knelt in the snow on the palace path? Or from the night I said I had a vow with the Empress and it was extinguished completely? So I crushed all her love for me with my own hands. Until I lost you, I realized there was no way back. You may leave. That was me 3 years ago. That was Yelu Chen in Wen Lingyu's eyes. Now I sit on this supreme throne, but can no longer find that spirited look in the painting.
I pay my respects, Your Majesty.
Consort Shu also likes plum blossoms.
Your Majesty, do you want this child to be a prince or a princess?
The Empress prefers a prince. A prince would be good.
I also hope for a prince, to share Your Majesty's burdens. Your Majesty, that is my child. Why? Please let me see him.
From now on, this child is the Empress's legitimate son. Don't think too much. That was me 3 years ago. Yelu Chen in Wen Lingyu's eyes. Now I sit on this supreme throne. I can no longer find in the painting that vibrant spirit. Since then, she never asked me again whether I preferred a prince or a princess. Never picked plum blossoms in the imperial garden again. Never secretly looked at me during palace banquets.
I understand. I wouldn't dare. Thank you for your grace, Your Majesty.
Back then, I just thought you were sensible and low maintenance. Now that I think about it, that wasn't being sensible. That was a dead heart. I had you moved to Changxin Palace. I originally wanted you to be farther from the Empress to avoid those conflicts. I thought after the military review at West Mountain I would have a good talk with you, give you the bracelet, apologize to you. I wanted to tell you. You could see the child. From then on, I would gradually make it up to you. My word is law, I said. If you get pregnant again, the child would stay with you. Although Anning was already given to the Empress, but I could make an exception for you. I can make exceptions for anything. But now, the bracelet is broken, and you're gone. Wen Lingyu.
Emperor, I hate you.
Do you hate me that much? Do you hate me that much that you won't even give me a chance to apologize?
Your Majesty, I pay my respects.
When Lingyu. This is in Wen Lingyu's eyes the dashing young man. But I know. I haven't been that person for a long time. I am an emperor, a husband, a father, a calculating pawn, but not the pure and bright young general in this painting. I let down Wen Lingyu's admiration, no. I can't even call it letting down. I never truly valued that admiration. I took Wen Lingyu's love for granted. As a byproduct of a political marriage. As the duty of a sensible concubine. I lost a woman who once had me at the center of her world. I lost a sincerity I never truly acknowledged. And that loss can never be undone.
Your Majesty, Consort Shu fainted.
Just carry her back. At that time, I only thought the Empress was too harsh. But I never considered how much it hurt Lingyu. When Lingyu had just given birth. She was still weak. Kneeling in the freezing snow, how cold and painful that must have been. I couldn't even bring myself to say, rise, too stingy to give her that. What was I afraid of then? Afraid of upsetting the Empress? But what made me think that Lingyu's heart couldn't be hurt? Just because she came later? Just because it was a political marriage? Just because she was sensible? Lingyu.
I'll wait for you to come back and marry me.
Lingyu. If only you were still here.
Father.
It's my fault. I was the one who sent you to the palace back then. I thought I could protect you. I thought His Majesty would at least treat you well for my sake. I was naive.
Don't blame yourself, Father. The court was unstable back then. Civil and military officials were at odds. You sent me to the palace for the greater good. I understand.
Child, you understand. Yet you suffered for 3 years. I was on an inspection tour in Jiangnan, hearing news from the capital. They said you were doing well in the palace. But I didn't know you were humiliated kneeling in the snow. I didn't know your child was taken away. I didn't know you were slapped and whipped. I failed to see it. I was powerless.
Father, I'm fine. It's all in the past. I only ask you one thing now. Are you still willing to help me?
What do you want to do?
In the palace, the eldest prince, Xiao Yu, and the princess are my biological children. Now they recognize Su Rongshu as their mother. They call her Empress Mother. Father, I can't bear it. The Su family are martial artists by birth. They assisted the emperor in his rise to power. If Xiao Yu ascends the throne one day, will we have to recognize the Su family as his maternal grandparents? The court order our Wen family has worked so hard to maintain. Are we just going to hand it over to the Su family?
Of course not. Su Rongshu is virtueless. She is unworthy to be empress. Even less worthy to be the mother of princes and princesses.
So I want His Majesty to depose the empress. I want the emperor and empress to turn against each other. I want Su Rongshu to fall from grace. I want the world to know who is the true mother of the princes and princesses. I want all the grievances I have suffered to be avenged.
Have you thought it through? Once we start, there's no turning back. If His Majesty finds out you faked your death, that's the crime of deceiving the Emperor.
Father, he thinks I'm dead now. He's feeling guilty and in pain. If we don't act now, when will we? As for the crime of deceiving the Emperor, once the Empress is overthrown, and Yua's position is secure, even if he finds out, what can he do? Would he kill me? Then he would truly become an ungrateful, foolish emperor who kills the daughter of a meritorious official. As long as you are in the court, Father, he can't touch me.
Good. I, your father, will help you. These 3 years, the Su family has been overbearing in court, suppressing civil officials, forming cliques for private gain. Their crimes are numerous. I already have evidence in hand, but out of respect for His Majesty's feelings, I've held back. Now is the time to bring down the Su family.
Father, so you were already prepared.
Since the day you entered the palace, I have been preparing. An emperor's mind is the hardest to fathom. I couldn't put your safety entirely in His Majesty's meager affection. These are the knives to protect you, and the shield to protect the Wen family. Ling Yu, you're my only daughter. I failed to protect you before. That was my fault. From now on, do whatever you want. I'll hold up the sky for you.
Thank you, Father.
Right. Your wounds haven't healed yet. Go rest now. What happens next? I'll take care of. Yelu Chen, the suffering my daughter endured, you and the Su family will pay for.
Your Majesty, I, Imperial Censor Lin Feng, have a complaint. Empress Su is virtueless. She has committed 3 major crimes. First, as the Empress, she has no son but forcibly took a concubine's prince and palace maid as her own. This borders on deceiving the Emperor. Second, Consort Shu bore the heir, yet the Empress made her kneel in snow postpartum and slapped her in public. This lacks benevolence. Third, she falsely accused Consort Shu of adultery, used torture without evidence, confined her in the palace, with no way out. This constitutes harm to a concubine. Such a jealous and cruel woman, how can she be the mother of the nation? How can she teach the royal heirs?
Nonsense. The Empress is virtuous, known throughout the harem. Consort Shu's death was an accident. What does it have to do with the Empress? You civil officials are always grasping at shadows, slandering the Empress.
If I am slandering, His Majesty may investigate thoroughly. Was the order to seal Changxin Palace issued by the Empress? Was the flogging ordered by the Empress? Your Majesty, if I have uttered a single lie, I am willing to die for it.
How dare you?
Enough. In the court.
You openly quarrel. Do you have no respect for me? Lin Feng, the matters you raised, I will investigate myself. General Su, calm down. If the Empress is innocent, I will certainly clear her name.
I obey your decree.
I obey your decree.
Court dismissed.
Long live the Emperor. Long live, long live.
Something's off. His Majesty didn't refute that censor on the spot. Instead, he said he'd look into it. Hemph.
Fu Dehai.
Your servant is here.
Investigate everything about the night of the fire at Changxin Palace, the whole truth. Leave no detail out, I want it clear.
Yes? His Majesty is. He's really going after the Empress.
Everyone. Have you heard? Consort Shu in the palace, she was the daughter of Grand Preceptor Wen, so gentle and virtuous.
I've heard. Too bad beauty fades young. She was bullied by that. Bullied to death.
That's not all. I heard she wasn't even allowed to see her newborn child. Not even once. In the heavy snow, she was made to kneel in the snow.
The Su family is even worse. Relying on their achievements, they throw their weight around in the army. Exactly. Even the Empress's expenses are far more extravagant than before. Where does the silver come from?
Rumors. All rumors. Go find out for me, who's spreading this gossip behind my back.
Your Highness, rumors spread like wildfire. They burn fast and fierce. Now the whole capital is buzzing.
Wen Lingyu. You're already dead, yet you still managed to stir up such a storm.
Your Majesty, the Su family has seized farmland, oppressed the common people, and accepted bribes to sell official posts. Every charge is backed by solid evidence. I beg your Majesty to look into it.
Nonsense. General Su fights at the front, while you scheme behind his back. Clearly, civilian officials envy the Su family's military merits and want to suppress a loyal subject.
Merit is merit, and fault is fault. The Empress is unvirtuous and unworthy to be the mother of the nation. I beg your Majesty to depose her and choose a worthy one.
Lin Feng. If you dare speak ill of the Empress again, don't blame me for being ruthless.
Lady Shu was gentle, kind, and modest. To suffer such a tragedy every scholar under heaven grieves. She was tortured after childbirth, confined to her palace without leave. This is an inhumanly cruel punishment.
So Wen Lingyu in the palace suffered so much injustice. So many people knew that Wen Lingyu was wronged, yet while she was alive, no one dared to speak. Only after Wen Lingyu died do these voices dare to emerge. And I was the very last to know. His Majesty's oral decree summoned Grand Preceptor Wen to the palace for report.
Gentlemen, please return. Our master returned from inspecting Jiangnan, wasted away with grief. He has now closed his doors to visitors.
His Majesty still awaits the Grand Preceptor.
But our master is too ill to bear it and begs to be excused from the imperial audience.
Everyone knows that father is heartbroken over his beloved daughter's death. He is thoroughly disheartened.
Your Majesty, forgive us. My lord is overcome with grief and has fallen gravely ill. He truly cannot attend you. My lord says that in this life he seeks not glory, only that your Majesty grant justice to his daughter, let her die with clarity. Your Majesty, a report from Phoenix Palace. Her Majesty the Empress has been on a hunger strike for 2 days. She says she must see your Majesty.
Tell her I have no time.
Yes.
Lingyu, if you have a spirit in heaven, can you hear? I regret it. You ordered someone to pour oil and set fire at midnight to burn Wen Lingyu to death. Isn't that right?
No, I didn't. Who told your Majesty such lies?
How could I? Your lady-in-waiting has confessed. You issued the order. You ordered the flogging. And you set the fire. And you still want to deny it?
He knows everything. He didn't come to comfort me today. He came to take my life. Yes, I set the fire. So what? Didn't Wen Lingyu deserve to die? A woman who stole my husband, a bitch who tied you down with a child. While she lives, your eyes will always be on her. Only if she dies, can you return to me?
I have never left you. Have I not given you enough? The throne of Empress, favor, glory. I even gave Wen Lingyu's child to you.
But you gave your heart to her. Ye Lu Chen, look clearly. You've fallen in love with Wen Lingyu. Don't you know it yourself? Fallen in love with Wen Lingyu.
I have fallen in love. With the one I treated as a vessel, with Wen Lingyu, whom I wounded beyond recognition. I've fallen in love with Wen Lingyu.
The way you look at Wen Lingyu has changed. You furrow your brow when Wen Lingyu kneels in the snow. Get annoyed by Wen Lingyu's tears. Get enraged by Wen Lingyu's words. Your Majesty can take more consorts and get angry. Ye Lu Chin, do you think you've hidden it well? I've seen it all. Do you know why I insisted on a second child? It's not because I wanted to raise one, it's because I wanted to disgust Wen Lingyu. I wanted her to have to be intimate with a man who doesn't love her, to perform marital duties, give birth only to have her child taken away. I wanted her to taste what true humiliation is. I wanted her to know she will always be just a tool. and never gain your heart. What a pity. When Ling Yu got it anyway. She is dead, but you suffer for her. Investigate for her, come to question me for her. Ye Lu Chen. Tell me, if she hadn't died, would you, one day, for her, depose me?
Is this still the same Ashu who accompanied me on campaigns, who warmed my hands in the cold nights? Is this still the one who smiled and said, I only want you safe, Ashu? Ashu, what I gave you was everything I could give. The Empress title, honor, even when Ling Yu's child. I thought this would make up for it, would put your mind at ease. But what you wanted wasn't compensation. What you wanted was my whole heart, all my love. Without a shred left for anyone else. I gave it to you. Before I married Wen Lingyu, in my heart, truly, there was only you.
And now? Now, who is in your Majesty's heart? See? You're not saying anything. Because you know you have her in your heart. Ye Lu Chen, you've betrayed me. You vowed to be with only me for life, but you married her. You vowed to love only me. But she's in your heart now.
No, I don't.
You love her. So I want her dead. I'm not wrong. I'm just defending what's mine.
Fu Dehai.
At your service, Your Majesty.
Take the eldest prince and the little princess from Fengyi Palace to the side hall of Qianqing Palace and have the wet nurses tend to them.
Yes, Your Majesty.
You want to take my children?
They are not your children. Their mother has been burned to death by you.
Ye Lu Chen. I hate you. I hate you all.
This pain is not for Su Rongshu's despair at this moment, but for that time long ago in the northern blizzards, supporting each other, the most sincere, yet ultimately worn away by power and desire, youthful bond. What began beautifully ended in ashes. That's all it was. Let go.
Father.
Your Majesty.
That is my child. Why? Please, let me see them, just once.
At that time, I only thought Wen Lingyu was being difficult. Thought she was hindering my plan to appease the Empress. Now, looking back. What a heart-wrenching pain of being separated from one's own flesh and blood. Yue. Do you know Lady Shufei?
Lady Shufei? Is she the one who always comes to pay respects but Mother Empress wouldn't let me see her?
She is not that lady. She is your birth mother.
Birth mother?
The one who gave birth to you. Empress raised you, she is your mother. But Lady Shufei is the one who brought you into this world.
Where is Lady Shufei now? Where is she?
She has gone to a faraway place.
She's not coming back?
No, she's not coming back. Father, are you sad?
Why do you ask? Because your eyes are red. Nanny says, when adults have red eyes, they're sad.
This smile really looks like Lingyu.
Your Majesty.
Take good care of yourself. This child is now the legitimate son of the Empress. Consort Wen, don't overthink it. Yue, your birth mother, she can paint. She paints extremely well. The landscapes in her paintings look real. Lingyu loved reading. Back then, in the capital, she was the most talented woman. She had a gentle nature. In these 3 years since entering the palace, she never lost her temper with anyone. And she never did a single bad thing. I remember so much. I remember she loved wearing that water-like blue dress. I remember when she leaned over the desk writing, she always had a habit of tilting her head slightly. I remember when she drank bitter medicine, she would lightly frown. Lingyu, so when you smile, that very faint dimple on the left corner of your mouth, I have always remembered it.
Father, does Consort Shu like Yue?
Yes, she does. She likes you very much. She gave all her love to you and your sister.
Then why doesn't she want Yue anymore? Why doesn't she come to see us?
It's not that she doesn't want you. It was me. It was me who did something wrong. And drove her away.
What did you do wrong? That made my birth mother so angry?
I was wrong. To treat her as a pawn to appease the Wen family. Wrong to take for granted and squander her sincerity. Wrong that night to say such heartless words to her. I was wrong. To realize too late. And you are no longer willing to wait for me.
Father, when Consort Shu comes back, will be good. Won't make her angry.
Okay. But I know. She won't come back. She'll never come back. Young couple bound by life and death. In the end, this is what we get. It's my fault. Or is it fate playing tricks? From now on, in this deep palace, no one will ever again quietly bring me soup while I review memorials. No one will ever again gently ask me, would your majesty like to rest? That woman, who truly loved me, was pushed into the abyss by my own hands, and I will spend the rest of my life in regret, in remembrance, to repay this debt that can never be repaid.
Your Majesty, did you ever, even for a moment, truly care for me? Even if abandoned heartlessly, I should not be ashamed. I wrote that poem wrong. It shouldn't be should not be ashamed. It should be need not be ashamed. Because I never truly had it. How can I say I was abandoned?
Ling Yu. Is it sweat? Or tears?
Your Majesty, the princess is crying at night, disturbing your Majesty's rest. Your servant deserves death.
It's fine. Give her to me. This is the song my mother used to sing to put me to sleep. I've long forgotten the lyrics, only this broken tune remains.
Your Majesty. For the past half-month, the princess has been crying more frequently at night. And she doesn't sleep well during the day either. This old servant notices.
Notices what?
When I was changing the princess's diaper, I discovered a small bruise on her bottom. It looks like it was pinched.
What did you say?
I dare not hide it. That bruise has been there for some time. It's on the left buttock. It's clearly a fingernail mark. At first I thought it was a birthmark, but these days it's been fading. Birthmarks don't fade.
When did you find it?
On the night of the full moon. While I was bathing the princess, I saw it. But at that time, the princess was in the Empress's palace. I was insignificant and my words carried no weight. I truly dared not speak up.
Don't blame Consort Shu. The princess is shy with strangers.
Blood ties are truly not as strong as nurturing bonds.
After all, Consort Shu is young. She can't even hold a child properly.
So, before handing over the child, the Empress secretly pinched her. Ling Yu. When you saw the crying child and heard those taunts, how much pain must you have felt? You swallowed all the grievances deep inside. And I even embarrassed you in public. You may go. I'm sorry. Your father is sorry to you all. I'm sorry to your mother. Duan Yi. Dignified and virtuous. Your virtue shines forever. Ling Yu. I promised you the title of Empress. You deserved it. But this belated posthumous title and honor, what meaning do they have for you? When you were alive, I never gave you any respect. Only after your death do I think of compensation. Ye Lu Chen. You are truly ironic. Grand Tutor, please restrain your grief.
Your Majesty summoned me to the palace. May I ask why?
I have posthumously appointed Ling Yu as Empress and reburied her in the Imperial Mausoleum. Grand Tutor, are you aware?
I have heard. I, your old servant, on behalf of my daughter, thank your Majesty for your great kindness.
I want to know more about her. Before she entered the palace, what was she like? What does your Majesty wish to hear? Anything is fine. What did she like? What did she dislike? What did she usually do? I want to know.
Ling Yu was smart from a young age. She could recite poems at 3. She could write couplets at 5. She could write essays at 7. But she didn't like to show off. She always said, a woman with talent should keep it within herself, and not display it in public. She loved reading, especially history books. She once said, reading history lets you know the rise and fall, and understand gains and losses. Before entering the palace, her room was full of history books on the shelves.
I never saw her in the palace reading history books. In front of me, she only acted as a docile consort.
She was good at painting, especially landscapes and figures. That portrait of your majesty was before she entered the palace, her last painting. After she finished it, she stared at it for a long time. I asked her who she painted. She just said, it's a hero. Her personality was gentle on the outside but strong inside. Outwardly obedient, but deep down there was a scholar's pride. I once worried that this nature of hers would make her suffer in the palace. She just said, daughter understands. She will keep her place. Only now do I realize that her words, keep her place, were not obedience, but a dead heart. She put all her pride, all her edges, away. To become the kind of consort your majesty wanted, the obedient kind. But does your majesty know she wasn't always like this? She would argue when something was unjust. She would be happy all day just because she liked a poem. She would beam with joy when she finished a good painting.
It was I who failed her.
It's not failure. Your majesty never gave her any promises. How could you have failed her? She herself gave her heart to the wrong person. I come today for one more matter. This is a joint petition from the court ministers to depose the Empress. It bears 37 signatures. Please review it, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, I beg Your Majesty to seek justice for my daughter and set an example for all under heaven. In the imperial harem, the harming of concubines cannot be tolerated. Those who lack virtue should not hold high positions.
Grand Preceptor, please rise. I have already issued the decree to depose the Empress. Lady Su is deposed to commoner status and confined to the cold palace. She shall not leave until she dies. As for posthumously naming Ling Yu as Empress, I know this compensation comes too late and means nothing, but it is all I can do.
I want the Emperor and Empress to turn against each other. I want the Empress to fall from the clouds.
Ling Yu, you've achieved your goal. Your Majesty, I dare to ask one question. If my daughter had not died, what would Your Majesty have done?
I understand.
If when Ling Yu had not died, what should I do? Apologize? Compensate? Let her raise Xiao Yu and Anning? Give her the respect she deserves? But would Wen Ling Yu still want these? That Wen Ling Yu, whose heart is dead ash, would she give me a chance? I don't know, but I will try my best to make amends.
Your Majesty, I take my leave.
Grand Preceptor, go slowly.
When the late Emperor was still alive, he said to me, Zhengxi, this child, values loyalty and bonds. That is good, but also bad. Caring too much makes one easily trapped by emotions. Easily makes mistakes because of emotions. Now it seems the late Emperor was right. Yelu Chen is trapped by his guilt toward the Empress and his regret toward Wen Lingyu. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. And this trap was entirely his own doing. He can't blame others. Lingyu, do you see that? He regrets it. But what use is regret? The wound is already there. The scar will remain forever.
Your Highness. Your Highness. News from the palace. His Majesty has deposed the Empress. Lady Su has been stripped of her rank and sent to the cold palace. NM. Your Highness, aren't you happy? Happy? Why wouldn't I be? Your Highness, now it's all right. The young prince and princess can finally openly acknowledge you as their mother. Once the dust settles in a few days, maybe you could even what? Go back to the palace and continue being his consort. Bailan. Do you think I've won? Of course, you've won. The Empress is down. His Majesty has posthumously named you Empress, and the children can finally openly acknowledge you as their mother. When he saw you, what did he say?
He asked about your past. What you like, what you dislike. I asked him, if you hadn't died, what would he do? He said he didn't know, but he would try to make it right.
Make it right? With what? Posthumously naming a dead person, deposing a living one. Is that supposed to be making it right?
Ling Yu, I saw him today, and his remorse was genuine. If you turned back now, maybe.
Turn back? Father, turn back to where? Back to the one who knelt in the snow begging him to see her child. Back to the one who was controlled and still had to say thank you for your guidance. Back to the one who watched her own children call someone else mother. Couldn't even hug them without being called a clumsy fool. Father, when you taught me history, you said, women in the annals, if they soften and turn back, rarely fared well. I've come to understand. In this palace, you either get trampled, or you do the trampling. I chose the second option.
What do you intend to do?
Lady Su has been deposed. The cold palace is the best place for her. As for His Majesty, what he owes me, I will collect every debt one by one. But not with tears, not with begging. With strategy, with wit. with what he has no choice but to give.
What do you want?
Dignity. I want him, before the whole world, to acknowledge me as the prince and princess's birth mother. Acknowledge the 3 years of neglect. Acknowledge he was wrong.
And then?
Then, I want Yue to become the rightful crown prince. Father, this kingdom will be my son's. And the Wen families. If I don't fight, should I let the remnants of the Su family and future consorts, who may appear, take it?
Ling Yu. You've changed.
So you asked if I've thought it through. I have, very clearly. A step back, and it's an abyss. A step forward. Maybe I can carve out a way to survive.
And your path to survival is in the palace?
My survival is in my own hands. What difference is there, inside or outside the palace? As long as Yue is here, and the Wen family is here, wherever I am, I can live well. Father, I know you're worried about me. But please trust me, this time, I won't be pushed around anymore.
All right. Your father will help you.
Thank you, Father. Father, next, we need to do 3 things.
Go on.
First, riding the wave of the Empress's dethronement, thoroughly purge the Su family's influence at court. As for the military side, Father might not want to act directly. But among the civil officials, impeach those who should be impeached, strip power from those who should be stripped, leave no one.
It's already being handled.
Second, contact the imperial clan and senior officials, and petition to establish the crown prince. His Majesty is feeling guilty now, and has no other heirs. Asking to establish Yue now is the best timing.
And third?
Third, I want to return to the palace.
Now?
Not yet. Wait until the crown prince's position is secure, until the remnants of the Su family are cleaned out, until His Majesty regrets it to the fullest.
Then you'll go back. In what capacity?
The Emperor won't care about my status then. He'll give me one that no one in the realm can question, a status that isn't one. Father, I want him to know I'm scheming, yet have no choice but to go along. I want him to know I'm using his guilt, yet do so willingly. I want him to live the rest of his life in regret, yet still be grateful to me. Because he owes me.
Ling Yu, these 3 years in the Deep Palace have turned you from a gentle, talented woman into a blade steeped in poison. Ling Yu, do you hate Yelu Chen?
I did. But I don't anymore.
Why?
Because hate is exhausting. Hating someone takes thought, takes energy. I'm not willing to waste any more emotion on Yelu Chen. Everything I'm doing now isn't for revenge, it's to win. To win back the dignity I deserve, to win back my son's kingdom, to win back the future of my Wen family. As for Yelu Chen, let him live in regret. He deserves it.
Yue's eyes are just like Ling Yu's. If only Ling Yu could see this. How wonderful it would be. At this time last year, Ling Yu was still sitting in that seat, watching the dance and listening to the music quietly. Back then, I never gave her a second look. Now I want to see her. But she's gone.
Your Majesty, the Wen residence has submitted a memorial.
Prepare the sedan chair. No, saddle the horse. I'm leaving the palace. Ling Yu. Like a dream. Or like waking from one. Ling Yu. Is it you?
I pay my respects, Your Majesty.
You're not dead. You're not dead. Thank God you're alive.
Yes, I'm not dead.
Why did you do this? Why did you hide it from me? Do you even know? I thought you really died in that fire. I thought I would never.
What did you think? That I really died in the fire? Or that you'd never see me again? Did you ever think that I really wanted to die back then?
She's back, but the one who used to have eyes only for me. Who would blush at a single glance from me, that when Ling Yu truly died in that fire. Ling Yu, I'm sorry, it's my fault. I ruined you.
Your Majesty, you didn't wrong me. I was too naive before. I made things difficult for you and the Empress.
I have already brought Yue and Anning out. They're in Changchun Palace. I visit them myself every day. You don't know, Yue is so capable now. He can recite poems. Anning is growing fast. She's already crawling everywhere. I stay with them every day. Telling them about you. About the books you loved, about the sayings you liked.
You are Anning.
Lingyu, I have something that's been weighing on me for the past 6 months. I haven't dared to act on it. The name Anning was given by that bitch Sue. In my heart, I never truly accepted that name. For over half a year, I've been calling her Anning, but I only used it as a nickname. I thought she is our flesh and blood. She must have a proper name. This name should be chosen by you, her biological mother, to give her. Lingyu, in this world, only you have the right. If you don't like the name Anning, we can change it right now. You can change it to anything you want. Even if I have to revise the imperial genealogy. As long as you like it, as long as it calms you down. As long as you come back, I'll give you back everything.
Charity, no. This is what I deserve. And what Yeli Chen owes me. Huai Jin.
What?
Let's call him Huai Jin. Huai Jin Wo Yu. I hope he will grow into a true pearl. Not like me. A pearl cast into darkness. Bringing shame upon myself.
All right. Whatever you say. Let's call him Huai Jin. Issue my decree. Empress Duanyi was framed by villains back then. She faked her death to escape. Now the truth has come to light. She will be welcomed back to the palace immediately.
No one dares to object. Sue is still in the cold palace. All implicated palace staff were executed. Now no one in the harem dares to stand in my way.
Yue. This is your mother, the Empress.
Mother! Father said you went far away. Did you really come back?
Mother is back. All the grievances are worth it at this moment. But only because of the child.
Lingyu. I know I was wrong. Can you give me a chance?
What are you talking about, Your Majesty? Am I not fine now?
But I want to make it up to you. I want to go back to how we were.
Your Majesty. Things of the past. Let them be. Isn't this good enough?
The greatest regret of my life is that I let Lingyu down.
How is the spring flood in Jiangnan this year?
Your Highness, Dowager Empress, the report says the spring flood is stable, the canal transport is smooth. The people are grateful for the new emperor and your grace's blessings.
18 years in the deep palace, from consort Shu to Dowager Empress. This path was the most perilous. But I finally made it.
Your Highness, Dowager Empress, news from the cold palace. That person wants to see you one last time.
Sue.
Yes. The imperial physician says it's a matter of days. They say it's a final rally. She's much clearer now.
Let's go. Let's go see an old friend.
I heard he died. When he died, was he calling your name? Ha ha ha. He must have been. Ha ha ha. He always felt he owed you.
Su Rongshu, you're still the same.
I watched you climb up step by step. Watched your son become the crown prince, and made you the Empress Dowager, and I'm stuck here like a dog.
You deserve it.
Ha ha ha. Deserve it? Yes, I deserve it. I had it coming. But you? Wenling Yu, have you been truly happy these 15 years?
Does it matter?
It matters. I want to know. I lost, but you didn't necessarily win either. You became the Empress Dowager with all the glory, but in your heart, the one you loved hates you, the one you hated is dead. You're destined to be alone for life.
Su Rongshu, you're wrong. I never tried to beat anyone. All I ever wanted was to live with dignity. 18 years ago, I entered the palace. I only wanted a little sincerity. Then I realized there was none, so I wanted dignity. But when I couldn't even have that, I could only pursue power. Power is heavy and cold, but it protects those I want to protect. Lets me speak standing up and never kneel again. You're right. Being Empress Dowager isn't happy, but at least I'm not afraid anymore. No fear of kneeling in the snow. No fear of being slapped. No fear of having my child taken away. No fear of one day silently dying in the cold palace. You ask if I'm happy. Let me tell you. Compared to 18 years ago, the one kneeling in the snow, afraid to even cry loudly to ask when Lingyu, the me now, is far better.
Sorry.
Three days later, Su died in the cold palace. No posthumous title, not buried in the imperial mausoleum. Same month, the Grand Tutor retired to his hometown.
Mother, are you planning to spend some time in Jiangnan? Your grandfather is old. I want to accompany him. Mother, before father died, I was by his side. His last words were, "Tell Lingyu, I'm sorry."
Noted.
Mother, do you hate father?
No.
Really?
Really. Hate is too tiring. Yellow Chen, when you spend your whole life in regret, I've already stopped wasting any emotion on you. The me now belongs only to myself.